This is the last part of the part 2 of the matches. So in the last video I went through 2 of the jars. This is the last 2 jars, and then after in the video I'll be showing you what I kept. So this is the last of the 2000 matches that I have left, and I paid for the whole 4 jars $40. So I'm going to show you now which ones I'm going to keep out of these 4 jars, these last 2 jars, sorry. And if you haven't already liked and subscribed, that'd be great. I'd love to have you on the channel. Thank you. On the top left-hand corner, we're starting off with the banks. The ANZ, the Commonwealth Bank, another Commonwealth Bank. They're from the 90s. The next aisle is Commonwealth Bank also, but that's from the 80s. The next lot is cigarette and alcohol related. And there's Dunhill, Viking, Camel. Some of those brands I think are still going, but I'm not sure. I think Benson Hedges, I'm not sure about that one either. The next one is alcohol, Coopers, West End, Export. Well, Coopers is very popular. All this alcohol related matches are popular. The next we're coming to theme parks, the Ginger Factory. The Ginger Factory, they're from Sunshine Coast, Knott's Berry Farms in America, the Big Orange. So if anyone knows where that is, please let me know, because I really don't know where the Big Orange is. Now we're coming down a bit below P&O, or P&O ship. Everyone's probably been on the P&O cruises or sometime in their life. But I think next year it's ceasing, so they won't be around anymore. Next we're coming to the retail. The Wentz Jewelers, that's a jewellery store where you buy gold and silver whatsoever, and I think they're Australia-wide. Target's the next one. That's an old Target logo. And John Martin's is a really iconic store from Adelaide, which has been around since the 1900s, but I think they closed about 14 years ago. Which used to have the John Martin's Christmas pageant. That's where the Christmas pageant came from. Levi's, and then there's Myers, and also a Glow Weave shirts, which is from the 80s, and they used to make men's shirts and that. Very popular brand. Next we're coming down to the drinks and restaurants. We have Pepsi. Well, everyone knows Pepsi. I'm sure I don't think there's anyone out there that doesn't know Pepsi. Barnacle Bills, Barnacle Bills is still going, very popular. The Ritz, I'm not sure where that one's from. I think it could be, I've got a feeling it's from Paris, but mistake me if I'm not right. La Pizzeria, that's pizza related. And then we come to the Oaks Tavern and the restaurant. Oh, I can't really read that properly. Hermes. And next one aisle is Pizza Hut again, and that's the old Pizza Hut, coast to coast. That'd be late 70s, early 80s. And we're coming next to the Buffalo, which is an iconic spot in Glenelg where the big ship was, and it got recently, about 10 years ago, got pulled down, and they haven't done anything with the site yet. The 2 Pizza Hut ones, 80s, Metro, I'm not sure where that one is, and Juliana's, I think that was in Adelaide somewhere. These next 2 are from the black ones, are the Shiki restaurants in Adelaide, and Petrius. I'm not sure where that one's from, but it's definitely 80s, early 90s. Next we're coming up to the hotel section, which is the Regency Hotel. I think that's a Marriott in Surfers Paradise. And that's the Hyatt in Adelaide. All the Adelaide Casino ones, the Marriott, the Hilton Adelaide, Sanctuary Cove, which is in the Gold Coast. And then we're coming to the Atrium Cafe in Adelaide. And that's also the convention centre from Adelaide, which is still there, but they've renovated it. Next we come up to the Sydney Harbour Bridge. There's an iconic landmark of Australia. That's why everyone knows of Australia. Then LJ Hooker. I'm not sure if they're still going, but I heard they were still going. H&R Block. Elvis Presley. So that's pretty old. Maybe they got that from the Memphis when they went over there to visit his house. Barbecues Galore is a popular barbecue place in the 80s. Torrens River, and it's Q. There's Q there, and that was in the 80s too, but it's still going. Advanced Australia Fair, ABC Radio, SeaWorld, and Ranilla Datsun. Well, there's no Datsuns around in Adelaide. If you have one, they're worth a lot of money. And then on the bottom, there's commemorating the Commonwealth Games, Brisbane 1982, and that was in Brisbane. And so that's all that I'm going to keep out of this lot. So I probably will still maybe get rid of a few out of this, but I'm going to keep most of these. And this is from the part 2 of part 1 matches. Thank you.